Fukushima Prefecture. The Fukushima Prefecture is one of the most beautiful areas in all of Japan. Beloved for its cherry blossoms, abundant nature, decadent sake, and delicious fruit, its beauty is only matched by its determination and perseverance to recover from tragic events. Being destroyed by earthquakes, tsunamis, and even experiencing a nuclear incident, Fukushima recovers elegantly and continues to impress its tourists and its people to this day. With all this tragedy, one does wonder what effects this may have had on the people and the way that they live with their culture. What new changes in belief came from these incidents, and how has it affected Fukushima spiritually? These are questions that will be investigated today, with the stories given to those of Fukushima and the most popular yokai of this region. Fukushima's spiritual inhabitants. Fukushima tells many tales of all kinds of yokai that walk its soil. It was important to note that many of the stories that took place in this prefecture were quite dark, telling the tale of a serpent-like woman that resides in the rivers of Fukushima, or an evil man-eating demon disguised as an old woman, killing those that enter her cave. It could be interpreted that the stories are born of tragedy, telling scary tales to reflect on the trauma brought on by its natural disasters that have occurred. One story that sticks out tells of a Buddhist monk traversing the plains of the Adachigahara. During this journey, the darkness soon comes and the monk must rest. He was unable to find a safe shelter for the night, as he was lost in the vastness of the Adachigahara, with no civilians in sight. While prepared to give up, the monk meets with an elderly woman, who welcomes him into her cave, a cave by the mountainside. The monk is fed and taken care of by the elderly woman, but she realizes she must step out to gather some more firewood. Before leaving, she gives the monk a single request: "Do not look into my room." Beaten by his curiosity, the monk peers into her bedroom despite her wishes, where he soon discovers a large pile of bones. The monk runs away, fearing for his life. The elderly woman notices the monk's fear, knowing he disrespected her one request. She chases the monk as her face becomes more and more demonic, until the monk brings out a talisman and casts her away. In the writings of Kazuhiko, he mentions the Yama-uba, the Japanese mountain witch, and how she was depicted in the stories he read, both as a child and now as an adult. He described the Yama-uba as a mountain mother, having the capabilities of being empathetic and helping others traverse through the mountain, but still have a wicked side that comes out when angered. In Fukushima, tales of the Yama-uba and other malicious entities are one of many, but it is important to note how the wickedness from these yokai does not come unwarranted. Kazuhiko writes how the Yama-uba have a tendency to kidnap and eat humans, but have a benevolent urge to help others achieve their goals, much like the old woman in the last tale, until her only request was broken. From stories like this one, it is also clear to see how religion and how it can beat evils is also an important theme in the folktales of Fukushima. Stories of keeping faith and trusting in the gods that will protect you are usually how these tales conclude. The hero persevered because they did not waver, which could be tied back to how the people of Fukushima overcome the tragedies they have faced and choose to rebuild. These tales are not just to instill fear, but hope in determination and faith in one's religion. This proves how the incidents that have occurred in Fukushima affect its culture and folklore.